You couldn't have. Not Formula Gruner. How? How could you? I must prepare myself for his arrival.
Very well, if that's your answer. But you know where to find me if you change your mind.
Certainly.
Do you have a name, Spawn?
Well, yes. Formulae Arcu through Fruag were spectacular failures. But Gruner is different. Believe me. Truth be told, I heard tell of your coming before you arrived. Ketheric's dogs prowl far and wide round the tower.
Rest and return. I'll feel better buying your blood when I know you can actually spare it. Now, a true soul ought to know their doctrine. I've picked a little up in my time here.
Hot, hot, hot! If only he had gone further.
My cousins did like to boast about their view over the claw rift. And now their bones decorate the bottom. Araj Oblodra, trader in all things occult. A very great pleasure to meet you, true soul.
You're ready to try Formula Gruner, aren't you? Oh! My silk! What are the chances? It's you.
Come back any time. I hope you find it as satisfying as I found this.
But never mind all that. I have tremendously exciting news. I say, I am positively giddy. Go on, drink the formula. Ah, and the heart-stopping bloodsucker. I hope you've changed your mind. My neck is yours, any time. Oh my heavens, you lived!
We can learn exactly what that means together,
I'd so hoped it wouldn't come to this. But I can't let my prize experiment walk out that door. I'd hoped to take a sample with your permission, but I can do without it.
Should you be interested, I have a particular offer I'd like to make.
One step closer to the end of this project. So very close. Yes, that is, do follow me. Until next time.
If you know of any other true souls willing to aid my research, though, do send them my way.
You see, it's your blood that caused the conflagration you just witnessed. Imagine. How unfortunate. But if you won't take my blood, then perhaps I could have yours.
With one drop, I can brew a rather potent potion for you. The rest, I keep for myself.
My friend, I had no such intention. You don't know what this means to me, to my research. You're really a vampire. At least one of their spawn. Now, darling. Let's not be rude. No one gave it to me. Rather ironically, it runs in the bloodline. We Oblodras are naturally curious folk. Always have been.
I'd like to offer my services, if you're willing.
Well, it'll certainly do something, my most noble vindicator. The reaction failed. Perhaps I can pawn it off as a luck potion.
Please. You think someone in my line of work wouldn't recognize a vampire spawn when they see one?
That is not a name which has ever passed my lips. I am a friend to you. I wish to be a friend to him. And that's not for you. Only someone with a mind for illithids should even think to imbibe.
He's a vampire, no? Or one of their spawn, at least. Welcome back, true soul.
Lucky for us all, fate is more powerful than hope. Excellent. I knew you'd come around. Tick-tock, my friend. Tick-tock. One tiny sup to go.
Although perhaps there's one more thing we could discuss. Your vampiric friend. Oh, I'd prefer if you did. Put plainly, I'd like your blood. A vial of true soul's blood, specifically.
Just a pinch of...
Ah, is this hallucinogenic? The Chosen's blood. Now that would be a prize sample. Nervous to see me again, is he? How sweet. You, my friend, have become something. Something I once thought beyond achievement. Not to your taste. Now, I do think that's enough. When you see what I've been working on, bygones will all be bygones. I assure you. You haven't felt like prey in many moons, Araj. Hold on, my friend, hold on. I do need a sample of that blood before you go. My research will be worthless without it. Oh, can't you talk some sense into your obstinate charge? And now that you're here, the crown jewel of my research is soon to be faceted. All you have to do is drink Formula Gruner. Excuse me, where do you think you're going? You'll need to take the potion here, please. This is incredible! I'm seeing stars! How very disappointing. I assure you, the pleasure is entirely mine. This research will skyrocket House Oblodra back to the forefront of drow scientific thought. Indeed, it could protect my line for generations. At the very edge of life and death is where one happens upon the true breakthroughs, my friend. That's how I discovered the delicious volatility of the blood sample you gave me. It was everything I imagined, and then more. I'll be able to put this to good use. Good. Now, Astarion. I've dreamt of being bitten by a vampire since I was a young girl. Please, I have a proposal for him. I will reward you both, handsomely. You are the world's first detonative exsanguinator. To put it simply, from this day on, your blood goes boom. Big boom. It's incredible. You heard me the first time, didn't you, darling? I'd like to speak to your tadpole friend, if you don't mind. Risky, but, safe. I assume he belongs to you? Ah, a cozy little spot, isn't it? These four walls have witnessed greater alchemical triumphs than the keep of Erngarth Durand. A little saliva from the wound. Saving that. A little more work on my notes, and House Oblodra will be restored. You... What? Formula Gruner, the height of my research. You destroyed it! Speak to me again if you'd like to hear more. I'll be waiting. I'm dying to speak with them. You will send them my way, won't you? Ta! Well, I hope you don't mind sharing him for just a minute. I don't have all day, true soul. I tremble with anticipation. I trade in blood, and the potions that can be wrung from it. I'm more than happy to make you one, if you'd honor me with your blood. That I cannot allow, for either of us. When you first entered this home, you saw the incredible latent power within your blood exposed in all its nuances. Formula Gruner will unleash that power within you. Never say never. Be careful, that's my only vial. God, what a mess. Never better. Don't mind the mess. I've been doing fascinating things with your blood sample. To feel your life's blood slipping away. To dance on the edge between life and death. Yes, I want it. Excuse me? This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity and you're squandering it. All it needs is a spark. The beings you speak of have no use for gods, and yet here we stand in a church of their making.
There are other necks available for biting, of course, if you were so inclined.
Many hearts, one soul. Isn't that how the blessing goes? We are all one under the Absolute. Oh? Well, I'm afraid I have quite enough for my purposes. From you, at least.
Ah, my friend. What can I do for you? I'll only ask a nominal fee in exchange.
Thankfully, I wasn't in it at the time.
I read about your kind for so many years, but never thought I'd find one in real life. And to find such a fine specimen. I feel exquisite, though. So here's my part of the bargain. I'd hypothesized you wouldn't, my friend, and you've proven me absolutely correct. Now, let me offer you a little treat. In exchange for the teensiest vial of your marvelous blood, I'll give you something that'll really throw your enemies for a loop. Now, where the devil did that bottle go? My silk, we can't continue without it. But we have quite a bit to discuss. What a wonder you came to my door just when you did. It's not for sale, but it's yours, if you bite me.
Just a little prick and it's all over. Close your eyes.
Just a little, I promise. I have a special offer of sorts for true souls. It might interest you. Don't say such a thing. Don't dash my hope. Not today, I'm afraid. I need a nice and juicy sample. Take too often, and you drain your specimen dry. Fire in the... Oh, my silk. What are the chances it's you?
Unless they are not the makers, but simply the means. Wouldn't that be a secret worth knowing? Well, if you don't mind me saying, you don't look entirely well.
But all is far from lost.
Very well. If there's anything else you need, let me know. If you can't be reasonable, I'll just have to observe your development from afar. For now.
Oh, marvelous. I've never been so excited for anything in all my days. Just stand over there, far over there, and drink up. Imagine the look on Molds' face. Ah, I've already taken of you today. I'm afraid I can only use the first sample of the day. Nevertheless, if there's anything of mine that would be of use to you, do say so. And he's yours to command. My envy is palpable. Lisi Ash can be repurposed. Some of it, at least. Research, naturally. We Oblodras are simply curious by nature. Incredible. Incredible. Not if you lead me first. Ah, it's like that. Araj Oblodra, trader in blood and the sanguineous arts. But you, true soul, I will speak of it when he is here, not before. But it will be to your advantage. I promise. I'm here, should you change your mind. Fie! Such cruel words. Oh, I can only offer my consolation, and say to you, pretty leech, that you're missing out. They have blood the likes of which I have never seen. I assure you, the pleasure is mine. This research will skyrocket House Oblodra back to the forefront of scientific thought back home. You know how important it is to protect one's line. With power, ideally, but value works just as well. You say mad. I say extraordinary. We have that in common, my friend. No, my friend. I'm the one impressed by you. As it should be. I'm sure he really believes that. How utterly adorable.
That smells interesting. I have a project to complete, and you are far too unique a specimen to risk. Blessed by the absolute, but not blinded by it. Now I simply must study you. Although perhaps there's one more thing we could discuss. Your friend. Well, not you, but your travel companion. The one with the very special little friend stuck in their brain. You really are a fine collaborator. I know you travel with a delightful Nightwalker in your retinue. Oh, darling, if you aren't tadpoled, we have nothing to discuss. Research, naturally. A little experimentation, perhaps. I have an innate curiosity for all things sanguine. But my research! You have to take the potion. It will change everything. You'll see. Ever since I was a young girl, I have dreamt of being bitten by a vampire. Forgive the mess. Your blood is far more volatile than I'd anticipated. How I made him feel. What I propose goes well beyond such frivolities. We are talking about alchemical breakthroughs based on the blood that runs through your veins, my friend. Did you see that? Incredible. Ah, my friend. If you've any more blood to spare, I'd be happy to exchange it for something of more use to you. Not even for the betterment of the alchemical arts the realm over. Not even for that. Ah, a pity. But you may change your mind, and if you do, don't hesitate to seek me out. I'll always be happy to see you. What an odd question. There we are. All of your very best traits in a bottle. Use it well. It's a breakthrough in the sanguine arts, the likes of which the world has never seen. The Grand Matriarch will have no choice but to restore House Oblodra after I present her with my research. Still, I have other items that might interest you. Unnatural. Are we not all one under the absolute true soul? Surely there's nothing more natural than sharing our resources. And, if I may, would you have a moment to discuss another more personal matter? My friend. Formula Gruna stays in the house, please. Go on, down the hatch. You are so very accommodating. What a terrible pity. It would have been so much better to see the potion's effects on a living specimen. But in this case, I suppose dead will do. No idea, but it will be unique to you, your blood essence and the Absolute's blessing intertwined. Forgive the fire and brimstone. Your blood is far more volatile than I'd anticipated. You are coming back, aren't you? Imminently. A little pain for a lot of gold. And if you'd come inside, we could discuss something far more exciting than drow politics. Oh, that perfect specimen is still traveling with you. And I missed him. What a terrible pity. And the heart-stopping bloodsucker. Ever since our last liaison, I haven't been able to get you out of my mind. This won't do, darling. I'll have to take my work back in blood. Lots of it. Such harsh words for an old friend. I'm afraid your blood is of little interest to me. But perhaps I can interest you in some other items. Exactly. Think of the potential. I'll even compensate you. A potion of legendary power that forever increases the strength of the one who consumes it. My research will be the greatest breakthrough in the sanguine arts in a century.
The Grand Matriarch will have no choice but to restore House Oblodra when I present my findings.
Well, that's why we're trading, no? I assure you, the potions are more than worth their weight.
Goodness, no.
Nothing so unsanitary. The Oblodra's clan practice their own form of blood alchemy.
But listen to me, rabbiting on about myself when I have you, the prize bleeder, on my very doorstep. Marvelous.
Araj Oblodra, trader in blood and the sanguineous arts. It is a pleasure to stand before a true soul, and your pale companion.
My research will be quite worthless without proof, and my proof is running through your veins. I only need a tiny bit. Then my life will truly begin. Certainly not. But it might do damage to anyone who makes you bleed without your express permission.
So let me adjust my offer. Your blood and your silence, in exchange for the potions I mention, and a tidy pile of gold besides.
And now here I stand before one.
Can you make my dream come true?
Tremors. Like a child at her first Iliitri. I never thought I'd see one in real life. I read about your kind for so many years, but you are a finer specimen than any bestiary could describe.
Welcome back, true soul. You've come in the spirit of trade, I hope.